Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. And what I want to talk about in this video, I want to answer a question. Somebody asked me, what's the worst part of being in the close protection business? I say the worst part is having to fight clients to get paid, which happens quite often. But I'm a little bit cynical about that type of stuff anyway. But what is the worst part about being in the close protection business and providing close protection services? Well, the issue is it can be extremely boring. Why? Because you're waiting on other people. I was speaking to an associate of mine recently, and we were talking about this in a tongue-in-cheek way of we've spent most of our lives waiting for other people, waiting for clients. Be it in, okay, you might be waiting in nice locations. Well, in my case, I've been waiting in a lot of not so nice locations. But again, it's extremely boring. If you don't have patience, if you think the close protection business is going to be running around and saving damsels in distress and doing high speed stuff, then you're delusional. If you think you're going to be treated like a king and a queen, then you're delusional. You're providing a service. And I said in other videos, you're domestic help. If you're thinking of doing, if you're believing all the BS, all the bullshit people are putting on their marketing materials for courses, if you think you're going to be going and doing some high-speed close protection course or hostile environment close protection course, and then people are going to be offering you, giving you work in Iraq and Afghan and other places to go and do dangerous stuff and drive around in armored SUVs with AKs and play soldiers, you know what? You're dreaming. You're delusional. You know what? For a time, there was high-paying work in Iraq and Afghan. I don't think that stuff's going to be coming back again. Check my other videos when I talk about that type of thing. But again, most of the close protection business, wherever you are, is going to be waiting on people, stagging on. You're going to be doing guard duties. If you've been in the military and you've had to do guard duties, well, that's what you're doing here for close protection. Most of the time, you're just stagging on, waiting for other people. Yes, you could be dealing with very interesting people in very glamorous locations. Or if you get into the investigation, surveillance world, you could be doing sensitive jobs. But again, surveillance is another one. You need patience. It's a very boring job. You need to be alert you need to be able to handle the boredom and stay alert for extended periods of time. If you can't do that, you're wasting your time. You know what? When I first started, my first close protection jobs was corridor work, which is waiting, well, stagging on, guarding hotel rooms in hotels in London during the summer. That's it, 12 on, 12 off. Sat in a hotel corridor, suited and booted, staying alert, staying awake. When the clients turn up or somebody walks past, standing up, yes sir, yes madam, etc., etc., etc. But that's the business. I tell people these days a good close protection course for serious people to work out if they're serious and want to be in the close protection business would be just to get a corridor with a door in it, a couple of doors in it, and for 7 days, 12 on, 12 off, the student has to turn up and sit outside one of those doors for 12 on, 12 off, suited and booted, not fall asleep, be alert, etc. If you can do that, then you're cut out for the close protection business. I've done that too much. I remember before I left the US, somebody offered me a job, very well paying, that's why I done it. I was sat for 16 hours. Well, not sat all the time, getting up, walking around, just bored out my skull. It was an employment dispute, etc. I was sat for 16 hours in the lobby of an office, small office building. 16 hours. Why? I said I'd do it, and the money was very good. But I was bored out of my skull. And even though I was doing that, and I was being paid well, my attitude was like, why the hell am I doing this? I should be paying somebody else to do it. I got better things to do. You know what? I've done too much of this stuff over the years. Can I do it? Yes, if I'm being paid well. Do I want to do it? Definitely not. My days of stagging on, providing those types of services are gone, and my patience is about up with it. Because I've been doing it for too long. As I said, I've been in this business 35 years now. So To me, one of the worst parts, if not the worst part about providing close protection services is the boredom. The worst part about providing surveillance services is the boredom. And even though these days I do other business as well, one of the big issues is waiting on people, waiting on people for meetings, waiting for people to turn up, etc., etc., etc. I spend too much time I spend too much time waiting on people. But again, that's business, and especially the close protection business. If you don't have patience, if you're not the type of person that can handle boredom, if you're not the type of person that can keep your mind occupied and stay alert for extended periods of time, and there's plenty of stories from the 5-star hotels in London of members of staff walking around the corridors and finding security guys asleep on the floor, etc. Protection guys falling asleep on the floor. If you can't handle the boredom, this is the wrong business for you. You might think you're getting into an exciting line of work. You know what? I've traveled to a lot of places. I've done some pretty unique things. I met some very, very interesting people. I've got no complaints. I've got lots of complaints, but nobody listens. But again, you have to take the good with the bad. That's what you're paid for. But a lot of people have a very big misconception about the close protection business. It's all high speed. It's not. If you're leaving the military thinking, if you had enough of the BS in the military, you had enough of doing guard duties in the military, and you want to get into the close protection business, yes, you can make more money if you get the work, but all you're going to be doing is guard duty. You're going to be stagging on. Yeah, so that to me is one of the worst parts about the close protection business. But that's the reality of the business. If you don't like it, do something else. But again, if you're one of these guys and girls doing these protection courses, understand. You might be being told by some instructor on a protection course how high speed things are. You know what? If all he's telling you is action stories, then I'd seriously question his experience, because you're going to spend more time than not doing nothing, scratching your ass, to put it politely, than running around and saving damsels in distress and doing high-speed stuff, etc. If all somebody's got is war stories, I'd say they're talking BS. Complete BS. Okay, a little bit of my opinion, my insights on the close protection business. In the meantime, follow us along on social media. Follow me along on social media. Risk Incorporated is up on Instagram and also YouTube. Follow me along on LinkedIn. I prefer LinkedIn these days because it's a lot more professional platform. I've got a lot more videos going up. We have a load of videos up at the moment. I've got an array of books up on Amazon that talks about various aspects of the close protection business. And there's a lot of articles up on my blog and the Risk Incorporated blog. We've got more stuff coming out in the future. So follow us along. If you're connected with me, feel free to reach out with any relevant questions. And when I got the time, I will get back to you when I have the time.